usual about the knocker on his door, except that it was very large. But Scrooge, having placed his key in the door, noticed that the knocker was not a knocker, but Jacob Marley's face. Scrooge placed his hand tremblingly upon the key, turned it, and rushed in. When he came in, he quickly closed the door and went upstairs to his bedroom chamber. When he got to his bedroom chamber, he quickly closed it and double locked it, which is not his custom. He sat before a fire, a very low fire indeed. He sat before his fire, a little cup of tea, and then his glance happened to fall upon a bell, a very disused bell that hung in the room. And his astonishment, he noticed that the bell began to ring so softly at first that it scarcely made a sound. But then it rang loudly, and so did every bell in the house.
Ding, ding, ding,
Then they all stopped at once. The bell's book succeeded by a clinking noise deep down below as if a person were dragging a heavy chain. Scrooge heard the noise was much louder on the stair, and coming back to the door.
He is condemned to do so after death, doomed to wander the world and witness what he cannot share, but he might want to turn to happiness.
You are chained. Tell me why.
I forced the chains I drag in life, girded it by my own free will, link by link. Or would you know rather the weight of the chain you bear?
No.
It was full and heavy as this several Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since.
Molly, tell me more, but speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give, but mark me. In my life, my spirit never moved beyond our counting house, our money-changing hole. Now an eternity of weary journeys lie before me.
But you were a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind should have been my business. Charity, mercy, common welfare. At this time of the year, I suffer the most. Why did I walk through life with my eyes turned down and never raise them to that blessed Christmas star? Were there no poor homes which light might have conducted me?
But Jacob,
Hear me, Ebenezer Scrooge.
I will.
You will be visited by 3 spirits.
Spirits?
Without their visits, you would never shun the path I tread. Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1, the second on the next day, and the third upon the third. When the last stroke of 12 has ceased to vibrate, look to see me no more, Ebenezer, but for my sake, remember my visit.
The apparition moved backward, and every step that he took, the bedroom chamber raised itself a little. When the spectre reached it, it was wide open. At the raising of Marley's hand, Scrooge became aware of confused noises in the air. Sounds of lamentation, regret, and sorrowful wailings filled it. Scrooge went to the window. Out of his curiosity, he looked out. There was filled with phantoms, wondering and restless, hasted moaning as they went. It was clear in their curiosity that they had wished to intercede for good in human matters, but had lost the power forever. Then they faded into the mist. Scrooge flew to the door where the ghost had entered. The bolts were undisturbed. From the fatigue of the visit, of the emotion of the invisible day, Scrooge went right to bed without undressing, and fell asleep on the instant. Scrooge awoke with the sound of a nearby church bell.
ding, 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 ding.
1. It was past 2 when I went to bed. It isn't possible that I've slept through a whole day into another night.
Then Scrooge remembered the ghost's words.
A visitation when the bell tolls 1.
Lights flashed up in the room, and suddenly the curtains were flung back.
Who? What are you?
The ghost of Christmas past.
Long past.
The past of Ebenezer Scrooge.
What brings you here?
Your welfare. Take heed. Rise and walk.
Please, I'll fall.
Bear the
They stood instantly upon an open country. The darkness and mist had vanished. It was a clear, cold winter day with snow on the ground.
Good heavens, I was born in this place. I was a boy here.
You remember the way.
Remember it? I could walk it blindfold.
Strange to have forgotten for so many years.
They went along an open country road. Scrooge had recognized every gate and tree. At length, they came to a small boarding school.
School is not quite deserted. A single child, neglected by his friends on his holidays, left here alone. You know his name.
Yes. Poor boy.
Watch.
I've come to bring you home, dear brother. Dear Ebenezer, to bring you home.
Home, little fan.
Yes, home for good. Home forever and ever. Father's so much kinder than he was. Not home's like heaven. You're never to come back here. But to be together all Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
A delicate creature, your sister, whom her breath might have withered, yet her heart was warm.
So it was.
She died as a woman, and had, as I think, children.
One child.
True. Your nephew.
Yes.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Something, I think.
It's just, I'd like to say something to my nephew right now. And to my clerk, Bob Cratchit.
I see. My time grows short.
Again, Scrooge saw himself. He was now an older man, a man in his prime, but you can see that his face already reflected his greed.
Ebenezer. Do I matter so little to you, Ebenezer? Has another love taken my place?
What love?
Gold.
Here's the fairness of the world. There's nothing it punishes so severely as poverty, yet it condemns an honest profit.
But that's all you care for. There isn't room for me.
Come now, I haven't changed towards you. Have I?
Yes, you were another man once.
I was a boy.
Tell me, would you still try to win me?
You think I wouldn't?
I believe that you wouldn't choose the poor girl. You weigh everything by profit. Goodbye, Ebenezer.
Wait! Ellen! Please! I loved her. Spirit, show me no more. Why do you like to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more! I don't want to see it.
Watch!
They were in another time and place, a street.
It's Ellen! She's come back! But who's he?
The man she married.
I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who?
Guess.
How can I? No. Wait. Not Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge it was. As I passed this office window, I couldn't help seeing him. His partner lies at the point of death, I hear. And there he sat alone. Quite alone in the world, I believe.
Yes, quite alone.
Spirit, take me to my rooms. Haunt me no longer.
Scrooge barely found his way back to bed before he sank into a heavy sleep. When he awoke, he knew that it was near the sound of a nearby church bell. But when he heard the bell, no aberration appeared. Scrooge was in a fit of trembling. Now Scrooge, almost being prepared for almost anything, he was nearly prepared for nothing. At last, he heard noises in the adjoining room. He quickly got up and shuffled the door.
Her bunnies are screwed. Come in! No, come in! I am the ghost of Christmas present. You have never honored my elder brothers and sister born in the earlier years, have you?
I'm afraid I haven't. Have you many brothers and sisters, Spirit?
More than 1,800!
A tremendous family. Spirit, take me where you will. I went forth last night under compulsion, but I learned a lesson. Teach me more if you can.
Touch my robe.
At once they stood on the streets where people made a rough, brisk, and unpleasant music. Perhaps it was the pleasure the spirit had in showing off his powers, or it was his own canny nature that led him right to Bob Cratchit's house, for there they waited. Just then, the spirit stooped down to bless Bob Cratchit's swearing.
Outside the bakers, we smelled the goose.
A real goose! What can be keeping your father in tiny tin? And Martha was as late last Christmas Day by half an hour. Here's Martha, Mother! Martha!
Martha, there's such a goose.
How late you are, my dear! But never mind so long as you're here. Sit by the fire and warm yourself.
Merry Christmas.
No, Father's coming.
Hide, Martha, hide!
Why, where's Martha?
Not coming!
Not coming. Not coming on Christmas Day.
Here I am, Papa!
There's that gal.
Children, why don't you go out and fetch the goose? In Abington, behave in church?
Oh, as good as gold. Coming home, he told me he hoped that people saw him in church today, and that it was important to remember on Christmas Day, the one who made lame beggars walk and blind men see. I tell you, our Tiny Tim is growing strong and hearty.
Just then the children came back in with the goose. Such a bustle, you thought, a goose, the rarest of all birds. Small though it was, every Cratchit had enough, especially the little ones in particular. They were steeped in onion and shaved to the eyebrow. At last, Bob Cratchit served the hot porridge.
And Merry Christmas to us all, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat in the chimney corner, a crutch without an owner. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, kind spirit, say he will be spared.
Why spare him? Let him die and decrease the population.
I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Ha! Founder of the feast indeed. I wish Adam here give him a piece of my mind to feast upon.
My dear, the children, Christmas Day.
A fine day to drink the health of such a hard, unfeeling man as he.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink his health for your sake and the day's, not for his. A long life to him, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
The children drank the tea afterward, but there was no hotness in it. You see, Scrooge was the ogre of the family, and the mention of his name cast a dark shadow on the family. But by and by, they had games and happiness that gained renegade.
Come.
To Scrooge's surprise, he did hear a sound of a familiar laugh. The laugh of his nephew.
Ha 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 ha.
He said that Christmas was a humbug, and as I lived, he believed it too.
More shame for him.
And he's a comical fella, I give him that, but as unpleasant as he might be, I can't help but feel sorry for him.
He's so rich.
What of it? He doesn't make himself or anybody else feel comfortable with it.
For myself, I have no patience with him.
Oh, I do. He suffers by his ill will, himself always. Here he takes it into his head to dislike us, and he won't come down with us. What's the consequence? He may lose some unpleasant moments which certainly wouldn't harm him. And to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not, he may help out Christmas till he dies, but he won't feel better of it. If it only puts him in his mind to leave his poor clerk 50 pounds, that's something. But come, Parsons young.
The scene passed off in a breath, and Scrooge and the spirit were along the streets again. They visited many houses that night. In poor houses they were rich, and by sick beds they were happy. At the end of their travels, the spirit had ended up leaving Scrooge, but Scrooge had been taught his lessons.
My time is near. Our spirit's life so short. My life ends tonight at midnight. Even now the chimes ring out 11, and you must see one thing more. Oh, spirit, are they yours? They are mine. It's the boy is ignorance, the girl poverty. Beware of them both, but most of all, beware of this boy, for on his brow I see written doom. Have they no resource, no refuge? Are there no prisons, no poorhouses?
The bell rang a slow, solemn 12.
You are the ghost of Christmas yet to come. You will show me the shadows of the future. Spirit, I fear you more than any specter I have seen, but I know your purpose is good to me. I hope to live to be another man, but will you not speak to me? Lead on then.
The spirits led Scrooge to the exchange district, where a little knot of merchants were talking. Scrooge moved closer to listen to what they were saying.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead. When did it happen? Last night, I believe.
I thought he'd never die.
What has he done with all his money?
I haven't heard. Left it to his company, perhaps. He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know. I'll wager it's to be a very cheap funeral. Upon my life, I don't know of anybody to go to it. Why don't we make up a party and volunteer?
I don't mind going if there's a lunch provided.
I'm the most disinterested
This is the exchange district, but I don't see myself among the merchants. Why, Spirit?
The Spirit led Scrooge to an obscure part of town, where he didn't recognize its location, but did recognize its eerie reputation. Just then, an unkempt man and a woman came with a heavy bag slung into their shop.
Right, fella, have a look at this lot.
I always give too much to the ladies. It's a weakness of mine. And the way I've ruined myself. Let's see what you've got. What do you call this?
Bed curtains.
You don't mean to say you took them down? Rings and all, they're laying there dead.
I do, and why not?
You were born to make a fortune.
I won't hold back my hand when I can get something in it by reaching out. Not for the sake of a man like him.
His blankets?
Who else's? He ain't likely to take over without them.
He didn't die of anything catchy, did he?
Don't worry about that. I ain't so fond of his company that I'd loiter about him if he did. You can look through that shirt till your eyes ache, but you won't find a hole in it. It's the best he had. They'd have wasted it too if it hadn't been for me.
Wasted it?
They was planning to bury him in it.
Come along. I'll make you settle it.
The ghouls. Inspector, tell me what was they spoke of. Was it the same man as the merchant's conversation?
The Spirit led Scrooge to a churchyard. There, by the man deep below the ground, where Scrooge regretted to live. But then, the Spirit pointed him on one particular grave. Scrooge read the name upon the stone.
Ebenezer Scrooge! No! No! Spirit, hear me! Am I that man? I am not the man I was. Why show me these things if I am past all hope? Tell me that I can change these shadows by an altered life. Tell me I can sponge away the writing on this stone.
The bed was his own. The curtains were his own. And the time that he had to make amends in was his own.
I live in the past, the present, and the future. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven at Christmas time be praised for this. They're not torn down. My bed curtains are not torn down, rings and all. They're here. I'm here. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather, as merry as a schoolboy. A Merry Christmas to everybody! Wait a minute. I don't know what day it is. How long have I been among the spirits? I don't know anything. I'm quite a baby. No, never mind. I'd rather be a baby.
Just then, looking outside of his window, he noticed the girl in her Sunday clothes.
What's today?
What's up?
What's today, my fine girl?
Today? My Christmas Day.
Christmas Day! I haven't missed it! The spirits have done it all in one night. Of course, they can do anything they like. Do you know the butcher shop at the next street at the corner?
I should hope I do.
An intelligent girl, a remarkable girl. Do you know whether or not they've sold the prize turkey, the big one?
What, the one as big as me?
Yes, my sweet, the one as big as you.
Pretending that out.
It is. We're going by it.
Excuse me?
No, I'm serious. Tell him to bring it here and I'll tell him where to deliver it. Come back with the butcher and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Bob Cratchit's. He'll never guess who sent it.
The girl, the butcher, the turkey were all in Scrooge's house less than 5 minutes. Now you see, it wasn't easy for Mrs. Scrooge to shave that day because shaving requires you to not dance. Why you laughing? But Scrooge being Scrooge, he put on the best that he had and got into the streets. While Scrooge was in the streets, he met everybody with a handshake, a smile, and a Merry Christmas. At Lincoln, he came to one of the ladies that encountered him at the counting house the day before.
My dear madam, how do you do? A Merry Christmas. I do hope you succeeded yesterday.
Mr. Scrooge?
I beg your pardon for my behavior at the shop, and you will have the goodness, won't you, to put me down for...
Oh, Lord bless me! Are you sure you wish to donate so much, sir?
And not a penny less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you.
Oh, God bless you, Mr. Scrooge! And a Merry Christmas!
At Lincoln, Scrooge came to his nephew's house. He approached the door a dozen times, it seems like, before he had the courage to do it, but he made a dash and did it.
Yes, Uncle Scrooge?
Merry Christmas. A very Merry Christmas. I'll accept your hospitality, if you'll still have me. Will you let me in?
Let him in. It's a shame he didn't rip his arm off. Mr. Scrooge felt at home in less than 5 minutes because he was greeted with very happy games, a happy family, and Mrs. Scrooge felt the happiest of all. Now, if only Scrooge could catch Bob Cratchit coming into work late the next morning. You see, 9 passed, no Bob. A quarter passed, no Bob. Bob was a full 18 minutes and a half behind his time. When he came in, his lights already off, his pin already going, acting like he was trying to take away 9 o'clock. Scrooge growled at him, and the best imitation that he had in the form of his former self.
What do you mean by coming in at this time of the day?
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm quite behind my time.
Yes, I believe you are. Step this way.
Please, sir, I'm very sorry. It won't be repeated. We're making rather merry yesterday with a turkey which exceeded the size of Tiny Tim.
I'm not going to stand for this sort of thing any longer. And therefore, Bob, I'm about to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, a merrier Christmas than I've ever given you before. I'm going to help your struggling family too and find the best surgeons for Tiny Tim. And we'll discuss your affairs this very morning over a cup of hot Christmas punch. Come with me, Bob Cratchit.
And Scrooge did do it, all in one. And Tiny Tim, who did not die that way. Scrooge was more of a friend. No, more of a master, if you wanted to say. It was always said of Scrooge that he knew how to keep that Christmas spirit in him, if any man ever possessed that knowledge. It made that true to be said of all of us. And so as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone!
right here. Y'all have no idea what she goes through on a daily basis to make us happy and to make y'all happy. Out of our appreciation, like we can't even give you enough gifts, but out of the broke budgets that we have, we did manage to get something for you. It's over $100 in a gift, so here you go. Enjoy it.